Alright, today we're going to be doing area of trapezoids, rhombuses, and kites. And the essential question is, how do I know what the height of a figure is? Alright, so we're going to be taking notes in our flip book. And you need to make sure that when we're talking about trapezoid, you're taking your notes under the trapezoid tab. And we're talking about rhombus, you take it under the rhombus tab. And we're talking about kites, you do the same thing. So just make sure that you're switching between the tabs on your flip book when you're writing down the formulas and doing the examples. So for area of a trapezoid, the formula is 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. And so B stands for the base. Now on a trapezoid, the bases are the parallel sides. So that's how you can tell which ones are the bases. The height is represented usually by a dotted line that is perpendicular to the bases. So because we have this right angle right here, we know that this is the height because it is perpendicular to the two bases. Okay, so then go ahead and switch over to the rhombus tab. And actually, a rhombus and a kite have the same exact area formulas, and that is 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. So D stands for diagonal. And so a diagonal is measured from one corner to the opposite corner. And so this is one diagonal, and this is the second diagonal for the rhombus. For a kite, the diagonals go through the middle of the top and the bottom this way, and then across this way. So they intersect there in the middle at right angles. So let's try some examples. So we're going to find the area of this trapezoid. And if I remember my formula, it is area equals 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. So if I'm looking at my picture, I have 1/2 times the height. So how do I tell which one is the height? Well, the height is always perpendicular to the two bases, and the bases are the parallel sides. So this one's just flipped up on its side. So the height is actually 8. And then base 1 and base 2 are 30 and 20. Now if I'm following my orders of operations, then I'm going to do the parentheses first. So 30 plus 20 would be 50. So I have 1/2 times 8 times 50. And then I can just multiply straight across. So 1/2 times 8 would be 4. And then times 50, which would equal 200. And because this is area, I'm going to label it in square inches. Okay, then for a rhombus or a kite, we're going to use the other formula, which is 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. So in this case, the picture is very hard to tell. You can't just assume that these pieces are congruent. So we're just going to use this as the whole thing. This whole diagonal is 4 centimeters, and this whole diagonal is 5 centimeters. So then my formula is 1/2 times diagonal 1, which was 4, times diagonal 2, which is 5. So half of 4 would be 2. So then I have 2 times 5, which equals 10. And its area, so I'm going to label it in square centimeters. Alright, so the summary, if we want to discuss that really quick, we go back to the essential question. It was, how do I know what the height of a figure is? So think to yourself if you can answer that question for your summary. Thank you.